Make me more like you. Change me, oh God. Addicts were so talented. My name's Courtney. I'm 47 years old. I'm originally from Baltimore. It's pretty much. I went to the Baltimore School for the Arts as a vocalist major. Had a really promising vocal career, and somehow I ended up on Pennsylvania Avenue, sniffing coke, and then somebody introduced me to crack, and then I met a pimp, and I was taken by him, and from there it just kind of went downhill. He got me hooked on heroin, and things just kind of went left from there. I just never fit in any of these circles. I just always tried to make myself fit in the drug circle or in the normal circle. I never fit in either of those. I'll get clean, get my life back together, and then all of a sudden I'll think everything's under control, and then things will just spiral out of control. I just relapsed about 6 months ago after being clean for 4.5 years. I was working for a drug program and doing really well, doing my music again. And change me, oh God, make me more like you. Change me, oh God, wash me through and through. Just create in me a clean heart, so that I may worship you. Change me, oh God, make me more like you. Change me, oh God, wash me through and through. Just create in me a clean heart, so that I may worship you. I need you to. Things just kind of went left. I think once I lost both my parents, I really didn't have anything to stop me from just doing whatever I wanted to do. Since I always feel like I'm by myself, drugs is what makes me feel comfortable. It's my friend, It's what makes me feel safe.
So why do you think you don't fit in this type of environment?
I don't know. I'm a weirdo. I was raised in the church, I was sheltered, so everything was trial and error, And like I said, I went to school for music, for classical music. A really nice voice, and I could have been doing a lot with that. But instead, I chose something else. I just can't seem to pull myself out of it, no matter what I do. I have an 18-year-old son who I've, just kind of shown my whole addiction to, and I just hope that he sees my addiction and chooses something different. My family, what I have left of family, I don't really talk to them. So this is my family, and I just kind of make myself fit. Recently, everybody's just been dying around me, and it just seems like when I stop and I start again, I pick right back up where I left off. And if it gets harder and harder every time, the overdoses, the relapses, the crime, all of it, it's right back up where you left off. It just gets worse every time.
Would you say that you're afraid of dying out here?
I died already. I'm not afraid of that. I did that already. I am afraid of this being my legacy. I don't want this to be my legacy.
How many times have you died out here?
Probably like 6 times. either from, a rape and a beating or just an overdose.
Did you ever save anybody out here from an overdose?
Lots of people. I worked for Be More Power for a long time, and I was able to help people, show them about how to use Narcan, and just being on the other side of it. I did an art therapy class. I'm at the treatment center that I worked for. So it's not like I don't know how to live. I don't know how to not use drugs. I just don't know how to stay not using drugs. It's what's normal for me.
Can you tell us about your worst overdose?
My worst overdose was when my wife and I were about to go on a date. I went in the bathroom, I did some dope, and fell through the door. And we didn't have any Narcan, and they almost couldn't bring me back. And when I came back, my wife was standing over top of me. She had never seen me like that. So for her to see me like that, it was probably the worst. And I can't look, I don't do eye contact because it's just embarrassing. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing. I could be so much more.
What type of legacy would you want to leave behind?
My music, my fight, my kindness, my parenting. Now I'm a good mother in spite of, but I have talent. I'm just wasting it. I want to get my life together so I can help women that have been in human trafficking and just, tell my story, maybe to save somebody else's life.
Do you have a family history of substance abuse?
My father was an addict, and I have a lot of relatives that were addicts. But for some reason, I'm the biggest black sheep of all.
Think that should be done so that your family could break that generational curse?
Talk about it. Reach out. Don't ghost me when you think that I've fallen off. You know what I mean? When I'm clean, everybody's there, everybody's around. But as soon as they think I'm not, I'm alone. Nobody checks for me. Nobody reaches out to me.
Are you saying that you need your family support more than ever right now that you are in active addiction?
Yeah, I have my wife. She's amazing. She is like the person that keeps me grounded, but I've taken her through so much. So much. But I want my sister, I want my nieces, I want my family. I want them to be proud of me. It just seems like they want to just get me out of the way. That's how I feel. It's probably not how it is, but that's how I feel. So I stay away. Did
they ever come out here to try to find you?
They used to. My wife does. She'll call everybody. Have you seen my wife? Everybody knows who she is. My sister used to come and look for me, but I was tired. And I think the grief, not having my parents anymore. I don't know if I use it as an excuse or if it's just too much. It's just too much. The reality of it all is too much. When I sit and I really think about my life and the things that I've survived and the things that I've been through, it's too much. It's too much.
What does a clean life look like for you?
I always have a brand new car. I always have a good job. By the grace of God, I still have my home. I don't look like what I've been through. When I'm clean, you can't look at me and say, oh, she's an addict. She was an addict. I can run in any circle. And I think that's part of the problem. Like, it was always glamorous to me having the rich boyfriends and dancing and this and that, and it made it okay. You know, people thought, oh, she's got this and she's got that, but I think I'm just lonely. I'm just trying to find myself. I don't know if I'm saying the right stuff, but
Where do you see yourself a year from now?
I don't know. I hope not still doing this. Here's the fucked up thing is my mom tells me, I'm sorry, can I say that? My mom tells me that I can get high and control it once I get clean, and I've been clean for some time, and says, oh, you can control it now. You got this under control. And then 5 days later, I'm in a crack house and I'm quitting my job.
So would you say that rehab was a good tool for you?
I think rehab is not a one-size-fits-all, and I done it so much I can teach it. So I just need to deal with my issues, you know, my PTSD, my grief, the things I've been through, so I can move on.
Any childhood trauma?
Yeah. So, you know, I've been out here since I was a child, so, you know, rapes and all that stuff, where it just got to be like it was normal. You know.
Around what age did you start using?
15.
And who introduced you to using?
I don't remember. I think it was a friend, and then the pimp that I had introduced me to heroin. But I was always the I'll try anything type.
How did you feel after you used for the first time?
I felt like I was home. I felt like I found my superpower. Like I could talk to people. I could fit in. You know, I wasn't afraid. I've been chasing that.
Did you immediately use after you tried it for the first time? Did you immediately go back to it again?
Yeah, because it was just recreational at first, and I didn't see the spiral out of control. It took a minute for it to spiral out of control. From 15 to 20, I kind of had it under control a little bit, but from there, it just was like, now I'm hanging places like this, and going in bandos, and doing things that I said I wouldn't do.
So would you say that this environment that you're in right now, are you losing hope, or would you say that it makes you stronger?
There's no way to have hope around here. There's no way. I just try to remember that I'm in here somewhere. I'm in here somewhere. I just keep trying to remember that. So yeah, I think, I lose hope.
One message for your family, if they were watching right now, what would it be?
Call me. Talk to me. Listen to me. I'm not as bad as you think I am.
What advice could you give a younger generation that might want to step out and use?
Listen, learn from my mistakes. You know, learn from my mistakes. Try something different. There's so much more out there. There's so much more. Because it's going to take you and it's not going to let you go.
What message do you have for yourself?
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. It's okay. It's okay. Nobody's judging you. Stop judging yourself. Move on.
When you start listening to yourself?
don't know. Hopefully soon. I'm working on some stuff. I'm working on some music, and I'm trying to write a book, but I can't stay focused long enough to do it. But I'm gonna get there.
Can we hear something that you have written? Or that you wrote?
That I wrote?
Yeah, can we hear something, like you sing something or your poetry?
I can sing something.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I wrote. Oh boy. Alone in a room, it's just me and you. I feel so lost, 'cause I don't know what to do. What if I choose the wrong thing to do? I'm so afraid of disappointing you. So I need to talk to you, especially today. I'm so nervous. I'm sorry. That's not good, is it? Better days are coming. That's all I got.
Where can they find you? Any social media that the people can find?
Lee Courtney.
Is that on Facebook? You need to get in the studio ASAP.
I like that. I'm out here. Come find me. Come find me.
So when you get clean, your plans are to get back into your music?
Yeah, I want to use music as a way of therapy. The art therapy really helps, but I think music is way more powerful. You know. We're so talented. Addicts, we're so talented. I think that's the problem. We're too big for what this, for what this world has to offer. We just don't know how to hone it in. Because I know I have wings.
We appreciate your story.
Thank you.
My name's Destiny. I'm 30 years old, and I'm a peer recovery specialist at Renaissance Behavioral Health in East Baltimore. A peer recovery specialist just means that I have lived experience with substance abuse and mental health issues. I started my journey in 2021. I went to my first rehab, and I've just pretty much been navigating my recovery ever since then. The reason why I got into peer work is because simply I want to give back what somebody gave to me. It's very important to spread or share something forward with your community. So that's what got me into it. My recovery journey started after drinking and taking Molly or Boot. This is in 2019 maybe, and it continued up until I went to my first rehab. Alcohol was a real issue for me. It runs in my family, my mom, my dad, my siblings, everybody. So unfortunately I got that gene. I've been to 2 different inpatients. I've done 28 days before. I've AMA'd rehab before. But ultimately in 2021, I went to Ashley Addiction Treatment in Havre de Grace, Maryland, and I just saw the work that the peers were doing there, and I was like, one day I'm gonna be sober and I'm gonna do what you do. I wanna give back to what was given to me. I wanna plant the seed, and I want to just promote overall wellness and be a community resource, be useful in my community. I'm originally from Havre de Grace, Maryland. I am from Havre de Grace, Maryland, but I decided to come and serve Baltimore City just because this is where I came to do the worst at and to kind of spiral and self-destruct and also lead others in my shenanigans pretty much. So I came out to Baltimore City so that I could repay them pretty much, and give back and say that I'm sorry for the harm that I caused out here. Out here is where I really did the worst at. I didn't really give my hometown too much to be mad at me for. I gave a lot of people out here a lot of reasons to think of me worse. So I just came out here to repay that. I'm sorry. I want to plant the seed. I want to do better. I want to give back to the community that I hurt. I feel bad for it. I want to help your people.
If someone watching this is stuck between streets and recovery, what's the real truth you tell?
Ideally, it's up to that person. What is it that you would like to do? Would you like to go into a treatment? Are you looking for more maintenance? My first thing is to ask you, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you need help with? I can give you resources to different types of recovery, harm reduction, but there's always an option and there's always help available for you if you ask. Why I came out to Baltimore is because this is where I kind of done the most damage to myself, and I in ways hurt the community worse than where I grew up. So I wanted to give back to specifically Baltimore City, just because I was a nuisance. Absolutely, the location plays a huge factor in whether you stay clean or not. Out here, it's relatively hard to stay clean. You can walk outside pretty much anywhere and cop whatever it is that you want. You pretty much to recover, you have to be all willpower because it's everywhere out here, no matter where you go. To do this job is very liberating. It has its heartbreaking moments. It's very, it involves a lot of emotion. Yeah, it feels amazing when you start to see somebody like start progressing. Like it start with like you're coming to group all the time. Like it's those little progress, or like, hey, guess what? I went to an NA group like all by myself. Like it is so, like it's such a good feeling to be like, yes, like you are on it. Like this job it comes with a lot of like thankfulness and gratefulness. It's a very good job. To see other people turn around is amazing. I started, I want to say in 2023, I started volunteering with Voices of Hope. That's in Elkton, Maryland. They are a mostly outpatient substance abuse harm reduction facility, ran strictly by peers. I saw a lot of overdoses there. I also wanted to start getting into like Narcan treatment and things from there as well. I put myself in a 46-hour certified peer recovery specialist training. And pretty much after that, I just started putting out applications, hoping and praying that somebody would just take me with a 46-hour certification and a little bit of volunteer work that I was doing with, harm reduction or assisting, giving somebody a resource, assisting with finding treatment or food stamps or anything. But yeah, I was just hoping that somebody would pick me up, and Renaissance Behavioral Health did. They believed in me. I believed in myself. I came in here nervous. I wasn't too sure. I had only been in inpatient treatment, so I've only done like the 28 days pulled away from society. You're put in a facility. So I didn't really know what this kind of like outpatient, inpatient, partial hospitalization was going to be. But meeting the clients and seeing people who are more than ready and more than serious about their recovery kind of got me like, I got to work hard. I got to find all these resources. Cause again, I'm not from out here. I have to find these resources. How do I get an ID out here? How do I get somebody a birth certificate? There's some things that I haven't ran into. And there's a lot of things that I had to learn to try and actually become a resource. But I'm finally getting there. I believe I got some resources, and I have a resource book, and I'm very serious about people knowing that there is always a resource, and if one way doesn't work, then there's always another, and there's always somebody that's out there that cares to help you. And I take that very seriously, and I take that seriously regarding my clients as well. I have been sober for about a year and a half. Unfortunately, it was longer than that, but I did unfortunately relapse. Sometimes relapse is a part of recovery, and it's not something that we can sit there and dwell and beat ourselves up about. It's something that we get up and we start making changes immediately. We start making those phone calls and we start going to those AA meetings or those NA meetings. We find an outlet, we find therapy, we find something, we get back up and we move forward. So I realized that I needed to make this change probably in 2019, but at first struggled with it and struggled with the idea of rehab until 2021. I did not think of myself as an addict. At those points, I just thought, oh, I'm just partying, like it doesn't matter. But it turned into me like almost losing custody of my kid. No job. I have no job stability. I have no money. I have no car. I'm losing my house. So it's when things get to that point, it's kind of like something's got to change. I got to make a change. I got to ask for help. I got to do something. And that's what I did. And I started my recovery journey. Unfortunately, I relapsed, I believe last year, I believe, due to my own like marriage difficulties, left my husband. But I feel like it's important to share my story and to share that because relapse is sometimes a part of recovery. It's very normal. You still are resilient. You're still trying. One hiccup, it doesn't define you. Something that I learned about myself is that I am a very emotional person. I will cry all the time, and that's something that I suppress with alcohol. I'm very empathetic as well. I learned that. Those things that you kind of suppress, like those feelings of like sadness or any really feeling that's not happiness, was suppressed and covered with alcohol. So after being sober, having to deal with all of that, you learn like, oh, I really just did need to cry. Like, I really did just need to lay in bed and just be sad about it. I didn't need to drink about it. I really just needed to take that time and decompress from it. It is no longer a struggle for me to stay clean. It wasn't so much a struggle for me to stay clean before. It was more like I divorced my husband and I just wanted to have fun. And that's not fun. Almost ruining all that time of sobriety and almost endangering yourself is not fun. So I'm not struggling. I'm very happy that I made the conscious decision to stay away from that even after the relapse happened. Recovery means freedom and overall just wellness. Freedom from feeling like I have to go get a drink. Oh, I have to go get a fix. Oh, I have to go find something is always on your mind. It's always controlling. It's not freeing. Just recovery to me is just freedom. Like I'm broken from those chains. I'm overall like well. My mental is well. My physical is well. I'm not battling any addictions. Like for me, it means freedom. I would want someone to know that no matter your situation, whether you are still continuing to use or if you want to quit completely, is someone is always willing to help. There are always resources. And please do not be scared to ask for help. Somebody is out there. Somebody relates to you. You're not alone. Listening to someone else's trauma while I'm dealing with my own. Well, for one, when I come into work, I'm not here to sulk about my own traumas. I'm here to support somebody who's going through theirs. A lot of the times, I can relate since the lived experience, like a bad relationship or something like that. So there would be an opportunity that someone would be like, hey, have you ever went through this? And I'll have my time to share with them. And then our trauma, it's just kind of like, oh, somebody understands I'm not alone. But dealing with my trauma while dealing with somebody else's trauma, I don't bring it to the workplace unless it's relative to my lived experience and sharing my story. So I started with alcohol as a child, probably 7 or 8, drinking the leftovers of my dad's alcohol while he wasn't looking. And this was consistent all the time. I used to get in trouble for it when I was a kid, stealing alcohol. It became an actual problem in like 2018, 2019. I had just broken up with my son's father, and it broke me completely. It was kind of an abusive relationship, but I was in love, so it didn't matter. But it broke me, and instead of continuing the therapy that I was in, I decided that I wanted to just be numb, because I didn't want to talk about that. I don't want to keep talking about that. But not talking about it led me down a very dangerous self-destruction road, and I didn't have to. All I had to do was literally ask for help, and probably could have told my therapist that I just wanted to be numb, and she would have probably done everything that she could have to put me in an addiction counseling, since now she knows that I'm drinking a lot. Like, there are things that other people can do that'll help you, put you in a better position. There may be some things that I may be scared to face. However, we're all a work in progress, and all I can do is try to point out something and try to fix it the best that I can. I don't really like to hide. I like to know myself, and I like to be aware of myself. So there may be some things, but I'm probably working on them already.